Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review. I'll be talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 9, Episode 4 on the OWN Network. Yes, thank goodness for Carlos King. We got some good TV to watch. A lot of folks don't like it, but I do. It's all good. That's why I review it. Little housekeeping. If you haven't heard, I'm on my way to 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Thank you very much. And please like and comment. Let me know what you think about this review. Maybe I missed something. Maybe that you want to add a little something to my commentary. That's fine. We can go back and forth in the comments. It's all good. I appreciate you. You know what? This episode was pretty good. Especially Nell and Melody. Yeah, I appreciated that. Sometimes we have to have hard conversations with our friends. Hey, we've all us grown. Look, all the aunties and aunts. That's what it's all about. Now, it shouldn't be no little people in here. If you got kids, it's gonna be some cussing. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You always wait till after 10 minutes. We may get a little slip up before the 10-minute mark, but you know what I'm saying? Look, my reviews, my channel ain't for cheering. Just saying. So I prefer 21 and up. But legal age is 18. Folks be watching, listening and watching anyway. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Hey, aunties and aunts, did y'all watch it? Child, listen. Now this go round is gonna be real spicy because what they advertised for next, we already knew once season 8 started, and this is the second half of season 8, aka season 9. So we know what's about to go down. And it started off with Martell and Destiny meeting up at the park, having a little tay-to-tay on the park bench. Now, I ain't gonna say I told you so at all. Maybe not this review. Maybe not this review, but maybe next one, episode 5 or 6. Ramad. Yeah, okay. So here he is, Martell Holt, meeting up with Destiny. And, they just talking about, things and shooting the breeze. And he asked her about, what's going on. And pretty much she mentions that Madonni is now totally e-commerce. And she said she got a brick and mortar to house everything and distribute and carrying on. That's good. Good for her. I really want Destiny to win. There are plenty of snakes around. Boy, I tell you, I can't respect nobody who tattletales on somebody once they not cool no more. It just kind of adds to the already negative feelings about that person. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Martell. He straight up aired Marceau and Maurice OUT on their infidelity with their current spouses. And Destiny was just looking like, no, he didn't say that. You know how you talk without moving your lips and tongue? Without moving your lips and teeth, you just kind of, oh my God, why is he saying this in front of me? And And all she could do was just look like she was a ventriloquist dummy and like, oh my God, I can't believe he is saying this. But yeah, Martell tired, sick and tired of being the only one being the only one made to be a fool on this show. But you not, because Marques is. No, Latricia's soon to be ex-husband. He almost worse than you. I want to know about his extracurriculars. Does he have any cheering on the outside? If not, you may be it. But yeah, Marques is looking like he looking. He on the same boat with you. FYI, quiet as kept, loud as it is. Yeah, so Martell, back to Destiny real quick. So Destiny got her e-commerce going on, good for her. She spoke about how, when asked about the trip, she spoke on how Melody was acting real funny style, and one minute she saying F you, next minute she, hugging her for thanking her for this, that, and third. So it was a little, unusual as per Destiny. But what was really unusual was Martell just outing how Marceau is. Pretty much Martell was bringing Destiny up to speed on the Martell and Latricia thing. Because Destiny spoke about it. At the trip, how she said one thing and then she lied and said something else. And he was like, well, if she was just stuck to the script when we met up, unbeknownst, we meeting up at, well, he didn't say unbeknownst. He ain't use no word like unbeknownst. This is what I'm saying. This is my interpretation. So pretty much Martell was like, had Latricia just stuck to the script I was dishing out, it would nobody know nothing, what you got to say anything else about it for? So pretty much we all know something happened. Like last week, Kimmi was like, well, nothing could mean something. It all depends on what you mean by nothing. And considering both of them lying, we just know you lying. So we gonna figure you did something. And it don't matter to Ken because it happened before Ken, but at the same time, you gotta tell Ken at the moment, because he can't be around no dude, that knows more about you than he do. And that goes with everybody, male, female, whoever you with, Anywho, like I was saying, so Martell is just upset that Marceau is trying to make a fool out of him, talking about, well, 5 years ago you were still married. What you mean? And then Martell was like, we was, separated. Oh, separate. So pretty much Marceau is just making a fool out of Martell with this tea with Latricia. And Martell is just, mulling over it and don't understand why he's even talking when he got all the skeletons in his closet, when we was all out there, when we was all outside, me, him, and Maurice. And Destiny was like, oh my God. Destiny in her confession was like, listen, I respect everybody's marriage, and I ain't here to say, I'm just listening. I ain't saying nothing, I'm just listening. Child, it's going down. It's going down. So yeah, Martell finally decided to out everybody, like he did about the 20 girlfriends and everything that time they was at the house. Listen, we all knew. It's just a matter of time before some fool come out the woodwork, and it will be Martell to spill the beans. Next, we see Nell visiting Melody. Nell had a little gripe. She was upset at how she was treated on the trip. She felt as though she should have had a better room. She should have had the room Sunny was in. Then her nameplate not being available. She just felt slighted, and it didn't feel good for her. And Melody didn't think it was that big of a deal. And excuse me, in the midst of Nell's, complaints and how her feelings were hurt, she mentioned how she was a mentor and a counselor type person to Melody, and Melody was like playing her for short, like laughing at her, spinning all around, excuse me, spinning all around in the kitchen, doubling over, laughing, and Nell looking at her like, What? How many minutes? Bitch, I know you ain't just laughing at me the way you is. See, that's why you got to jump on this at the time. If you feel away at 8 a.m., you let a person know at 8 a.m. Don't wait till 8 p.m. after you done thought about it. What you thinking about it for? You felt the way at 8, 8:30, 8:45, 9 o'clock. So by the whole 12 hours later, you want to address it. Well, woo. Anyway, it's just Melody was very condescending towards Nell. And I felt bad for Nell, like, and then pretty much Melody, just pretty much didn't believe that Nell was a mentor. And I think that's where we're, getting semantics going on here. I don't believe Nell mentioned mentor, counselor. How can I say this? Melody took it as though they were counseling her, not being a mentor. So apparently Melody believes mentoring and counseling are two different things. Technically they are. But if you're looking for them for guidance because they've been through it, that is somewhat of mentorship. You know what I'm saying? I think we all understand they pretty much run neck and neck. So, okay, so now Melody has a gripe on an interview that Nell and Chris did where they mentioned how Melody, not excuse me, not they, but Nell mentioned in the interview how Melody was just as bullheaded and stubborn as Martell, and they both had to get them together. And Melody took offense to that because she pointed out how much more Martell has been a problem than she has, and how he's the one, but it doesn't mean that you haven't been stubborn, like she said. So pretty much Melody don't want to be compared to Martell in nothing because she feels as though there's no comparison. That's pretty much what it is. Girl. So Nell apologized and so did Melody. So they have an understanding that no comments will be made from the Fletchers as it relates to Melody Cherie Holt. I mean Melody Cherie Rogers, child. And that's what was the final thing in that conversation. I swear Melody is a trip. Next, we got Maurice. He's talking with his wife, Kimmi, about his DUI and in the confessional. It was just, a bad situation. It was, heart-wrenching from a wife. And she's like, yeah, you never thought you would get that call, especially if you're looking for somebody. The first thing I'm going to look at is the hospital because I'm a nurse. And all this, that, and the third. Yeah, it was kind of just I got a DUI. That's pretty much what it was. It wasn't no big old conversation. Next, Latricia and Ken doing family stuff. Family stuff, clean up that damn garage. Ooh, I got to clean out mine, child, before the end of the year. Just get rid of a few things. Anyway, so pretty much graduations happened, and Marques tried to play Ken for short. He ain't put up no money for nothing. He didn't help organize. He just showed up and then had the audacity to shake Ken's hands at graduation as per Ken and say, thanks for showing up. Ain't that a bit? See, again, Ken, you can't talk about it after the fact. You addressed it then. He said, well, since I'm the one who helped orchestrate all this, I'm going to thank you for coming. That's how you get that's how you get somebody off of you. Something like that. You ain't got to say it like that. But at least say something. Don't just talk about it later because that makes you sound like a sucker. I'm just saying. Child, what else happened? Oh, Lord, Marques, another flaky SOB. See, I can't stand no man who's a father and don't take care of his business. So remember last episode he was crying and carrying on after he presented that paperwork for Latricia to sign? Well, apparently he's supposed to come back for some notary thing and didn't. Mm-hmm. Trifling. So you mean tell me this is the only time that you flaked on what you're supposed to do as your responsibility? I know they've been right all along. They gonna sit up here and talk about you and lying on you when you the one who up and bounced. Your kids tell a story that they are interested in and upset with you because you ain't around. Now again, ain't no kid that big of a grown up age gonna feel the way they do if you was around. No matter what they hear they mama and their mama's man saying, they gonna be on your side because you are around and being a parent. So F you, Marques, like Latricia said, man, I got time for that man. Ooh, I just can't. It's not respected at all. What else happened? It's just business as usual with him, child. Didn't even contribute to any doggone thing and gonna thank him for coming. I wish I. Next. Nell and Chris doing dance lessons, getting ready for their 30th anniversary. There's her talking about Nell's visit with Melody and how it really hurt her again 12 hours later, however hours later. Now she wants to talk about it with who she called Fletcher, her husband Chris. I wonder why she called him by his last name. I'm gonna have to ask them that when I get a chance, if I ever do. So pretty much, Nell figures holding Melody accountable is an issue, and she's not going to be a do girl. And they discuss Maurice's DUI as Chris brings it up because he understands how he wanted to hear what she had to say about it. And she was just like, it's just really sad that it happened, and they pretty much both wish the best for Maurice. Anyway. Lastly, we got Melody and Shanita talking. So Melody is at some community give back event where she's serving food to the people, her and Shanita. And then they stopped serving food. I don't know how long they've been serving food. They only show like 5 people getting something to eat. So they stopped serving food to go have a chat. I guess they was tired. Again, they didn't show a whole lot of people. Some people were blurred out. It just looked like the people who was just, I don't know. It was like maybe 6 people there. I don't know what was going on. But anyway, Melody had a lot to say about her colleagues, baby. Now, she pretty much brought up the fact that she's not in community with her colleagues, even though she does for them. She's saying that because no one showed up. And then she mentioned maybe because they're dealing with Maurice's DUI. Did you see it, girl? Shani was like, yeah, I felt real sad for them, and off the rip, even though Shanita shows sympathy for the situation, Melody went capital N, pretty much saying how Maurice is always the clown and no telling that, he was the one that got a DUI in the middle of a day. And then she said, my grandma ain't here because of a drunk driver. I don't respect it. And I can just imagine how Kimmi must be feeling. I'm like, oh. Pretty much just says Maurice is a clown. Oh. So pretty much Melody was disappointed in all the mug shots people got. And why production starts showing everybody mug shots? Production ain't worth nothing. And pretty much she says she don't want to associate herself with them people. She wants to disassociate herself with them people. So maybe that's all the chatter we heard months ago about Melody leaving the show. I guess that was it, y'all. Next episode, we're gonna see some mess, sparks flying. Apparently, there's a outside physical activity, and then Martell continues his chatterbox about folks' infidelity. Chat, I guess. Anywho, that was it for Love and Marriage Huntsville season 9, episode 4. That was it. Dissension in the ranks. Well, thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate you. Please come back again. Bye. All day.